becoming only one. From the canyon floor to the mountain peak, the language that the true believers speak. I see the banners waving in the heat, the thunder rolling down the cobblestone street. Hold your head high where the eagles fly, underneath the vast and burning sky. They said the fire would eventually fade, but we are the steel and the sharpened blade. Ancestors watching from the golden frame, every heartbeat calling out your name. It is more than blood, it is more than stone, the strongest seeds that were ever sown. The spirit rises like a desert storm, in the place where all our dreams are born. Jalisco no te rajes, Jalisco no te rajes, Jalisco no te trajes, Jalisco no te rajes. Raise the flag until it hits the blue. Everything we owe to you. Higher than the clouds and the heavy rain, healing every scar and every pain. Can you hear the roar of a massive crowd, singing out your glory long and loud? Never back down, never turn away. We own the night and we own the day. The horses gallop through the silver haze, lost inside the ancient summer days. A legacy that never knows defeat, walking tall on every dusty street. The pride is surging like a tidal wave, the home of the humble and the brave. Keep the flame alive within your chest, putting every shadow to the test. The tension climbs towards the breaking point, every single nerve and every joint, waiting for the spark to hit the fuse, with absolutely nothing left to lose. The earth begins to tremble underneath, the sun is coming from the heavy sheet. Jalisco no te rajes, Jalisco no te rajes, Jalisco no te rajes, Jalisco no te rajes.
Sube la mano, mi gente despierta. Desde la esquina se siente la fiesta. Sudan las calles, retumba la acera, late la tierra, México en vena. Traigo en la sangre chile y molcajete, sueño grande aunque vengo del barrillete. Mi abuelita reza, yo prendo el cohete, vengo por toda punta en el machete. ¿Lo sientes? Se mueve tu bandera, resuena mi barrio en tu cadera. Del pueblo al mundo va la carrera, la raza primero, cambia la espera. Poder Mexa, fuego en la pista, la raza latina nunca se rinda. Desde la sierra hasta la revista, mi gente grita Mexa, nadie nos frena. Brilla mi piel como luz en la escena, desde el guiso hasta la cadena. Mi gente suena, mi gente truena. Mi gente truena. Traigo tatuado maíz en el pecho, ese acento que te rompe el despecho. Desde la fonda hasta el techo más techo, somos leyenda, firmamos el hecho. ¿Lo oyes? Retumba la frontera, se mezcla mi lengua con primavera. De Tijuana a la Riviera, la cumbia del barrio se hace bandera. Poder Mexa, fuego en la pista, la raza latina nunca se rinda. Desde la sierra hasta la revista, mi gente grita Mexa, nadie nos frena. Brilla mi piel como luz en la escena, desde el guiso hasta la cadena. Mi gente suena, mi gente truena. Mi gente truena. planeta nos mira y aclama. Si tiemblan las bocas, la tierra no para. Poder mexicano que nunca se acaba.
The dust kicks up beneath the desert sun. The ancient chords of gold have just begun. I feel the thunder deep within the ground, a legacy of grit in every sound. The strings are heavy with 1,000 years of laughter mixed with salt of honest tears. We carry fire inside our hollow veins to wash away the shadow of the chains. Hey, hey, hey. The grass is screaming out a holy prayer. A scent of wild tobacco fills the air. We stand as pillars carved from crimson stone to claim a kingdom we have always known. Hey, hey, hey. Raise the colors until the stars ignite beyond the borders of the deepest night. Let the heavens witness every fall of scarlet courage and of sunlit. Is cracked but holds a heavy feet. The bitter and the glorious shall meet. We don't look back at what was left behind. The future is the only path we find. A symphony of iron and of soul to make the fractured pieces finally whole. The wind is roaring like a lion's cry, with nothing left for us to fear or hide. The horizon splits wide open for the brave, above the silence of the nameless grave. The summit calls us to the very edge, so plant our honor like a sacred pledge. Raise the colors until the Sunday night, beyond the borders of the deepest night. Let the heavens witness every fall of scarlet courage and of sunlit gold. Que se vea mi bandera en el cielo, que se vea mi bandera en el cielo. Que se vea mi bandera en el cielo.
México late en mi pecho, bandera al viento, despecho, desde la sierra hasta el mar, ya nos vamos a elevar. Está consonando en el piso, labios rojos, puro hechizo, en cada barrio una historia, que se baila hasta la gloria. Pupilas llenas de antojo, brilla el sudor en el ojo, somos calor en la pista, mueve tu alma realista. Que suene fuerte mi razón, traigo la patria en la canción, desde el mercado al callejón, rompiendo todo el corazón. Que se despierten los de arriba, con la raíz que nos motiva, traigo mi tierra en la saliva, lista para darle la bienvenida, de México pa'l mundo. Mira cómo retumba, cada paso profundo, la cadera se tumba cuando mi pueblo se junta. La envidia entera se esfuma. De México pa'l mundo se levanta la raza. Si se prende este rumbo, nadie apaga la brasa. Cuando mi grito se enlaza, tu miedo solo se atrasa. Traigo en el pelo un lucero, ritmo guerrero y sincero. Tengo en la piel lo que cuento, no se compra con talento. Barrio que nunca se esconde, desde el agua hasta el monte. Mezclo el sudor con sonrisa y una promesa que aterriza. Que suene fuerte mi razón, traigo la patria en la canción. Desde el mercado al callejón, rompiendo todo el corazón. Que se despierten los de arriba, con la raíz que nos motiva. Traigo mi tierra en la saliva, lista para darles la bienvenida. Hey, hey. De México pa'l mundo, mira cómo retumba cada paso profundo. La cadera se tumba cuando mi pueblo se junta. La envidia entera se esfuma. De México pa'l mundo se levanta la raza. Si se prende este rumbo, nadie apaga la brasa. Cuando mi grito se enlaza, tu miedo solo se atrasa. Desde mi suelo al planeta, mis cicatrices son trompetas. Si se abre el cielo profundo, entra mi México al mundo. Desde la calle a tu oído, traigo color y sonido. Si te hace eco en el segundo, ya somos uno en el mundo.
Bajo el sol que calcina el asfalto y la piel, se despierta un rugido de sangre y de miel. Mi bandera palpita con fuerza animal, un latido que rompe cualquier pedestal. De la cumbre nevada hasta el hondo manglar, nadie puede a este pueblo su paso frenar. Somos garra de águila y fuego ancestral, una herencia sagrada de luz inmortal. En las venas circula un metal hirviente, la mirada de acero frente a la corriente. Ese grito que brota de cada rincón, la justicia bailando en el corazón. No hay muralla que aguante este viento de paz y tormenta que apague nuestra audacia audaz. Cada paso que damos retumba en el suelo, como un trueno que busca alcanzar el cielo. Fuego Mexa, poder real, somos uno, sin fronteras. Fuego Mexa, poder real, somos uno, sin fronteras. ¡Hey! Somos hilos de historia, tejida en el viento, un mañana que nace de nuestro cimiento. Cuando suena la nota de vuestra hermandad, el planeta sucumbe ante la verdad. Las palmas al aire buscando el cenit, esta fiesta no tiene final ni confín. Con el alma encendida salimos a andar, México entero va a vibrar. Recordamos la tierra de donde venimos, los senderos de gloria que juntos abrimos. Hay silencio que guarde nuestra identidad, somos hijos del trueno y de la libertad. La madera resuena con fuerza brutal, un festejo divino, un rito vital. Levantamos la frente sin miedo al destino, marcando la huella de nuestro camino. Fuego Mexa, poder real, somos uno, sin fronteras. Fuego Mexa, poder real, somos uno, sin fronteras. Fuego Mexa, poder real, somos uno, sin fronteras. sin frontera. Fiesta Mexa. Fiesta Mexa. Fiesta Mexa. The dust settles on the edge of the Golden Valley, while the fresh stroke of copper cuts the sky. We gather where the earth breathes fire and spirit, waiting for dawn to break its silence.
Feet press heavy into some baked clay.
The silence is a bar pulled tight and true,
Until the morning light spills over the ridge.
a flood of color washing through the gray. Carry the silver horn to the highest altar. Let the wooden wires speak of ancient days. Every post is a hammer on a hollow drum, forging a path through the waking hay. Can you feel the gravity pulling at your lungs as the horizon turns to a burning crown? We are the architects of this sudden heat, lifting the shadows before they settle down. Rise above the summit where the eagles soar. Ignite the embers buried deep in the bone. This is the moment the universe swings wide. A kingdom built a melody of stone. Higher than the fever of the midday heat, louder than the crashing of the tide. The summit is a flare in the velvet dark, with the whole wide world opening inside. Visions of 1,000 ancestors dancing in the vibration of a single ringing string. Canyon swallows every heavy doubt to hear the anthem that the brave ones sing. One voice multiplied by a billion hearts, a hurricane of joy that refuses to bend, breaking every chain that held the night to a journey that will never find an end. The brass is screaming at the gates of glory, a thunderous salute to the coming land. Every street is a river of moving light, with the scent of desert bloom upon the air. Beyond just standing on a cooling cross, we are the spark that makes the engine roar, chasing the brilliance of 1,000 suns, straight through the middle of the open door. The violins and weeping tears of pure delight, woven through the fabric of the heavy bass. A tapestry tradition and brand new fire, painted across every uplifted face. And we're hiding in the corners of the shade. The brilliance is a tidal wave of grace, surrender to the power of the rising heat. Keep me sacred and electric play.
Tension snaps and the fun gets worse. Oh, a symphony of motion takes its hold. The air is thick with the sound of victory.
Turning order, letting clouds to gold. Rise above the summit where the eagles soar. Ignite the embers buried deep in the bone. This is on the wings of a grand design. Orgullo eterno, México primero. Orgullo eterno, México primero. Orgullo eterno, México primero. Orgullo eterno, México primero. The pulse of the land is a drum that never skips a beat. Felt in the mountain air and the dust beneath our feet. 1,000 voices gathered in a single defiant cry. Underneath the vast expanse of a deep and endless sky. The colors of the dawn are painted on every open door, honoring the path of those who walked this way before. The marketplace hums with the language of a bazillion folk, strengthened by the struggles and the heavy burdens they broke. Flowers bloom in the wasteland where the rugged cactus grows, a testament to the strength that only a survivor knows. From the southern jungles to the northern plains of sweeping grain, the heritage remains etched in a cooling summer rain. History is a mirror reflecting a face that knows no fear. The legacy of the bravest whispered in a young child's ear. We march to the steady pace of those who own the light, turning every shadow into a beacon burning bright. You're by the blood of the earth and the salt of the restless tide, carrying the banner of a deep and everlasting pride. Orgullo eterno, México primero. Orgullo eterno, México primero. Orgullo eterno, México primero. Orgullo eterno, México primero. The dust rises from the valley floor, a million hearts beating against the door. The sun is a golden coin in the sky. The eagles scream and the banners fly. The earth trembles beneath the heavy stride. There is no place for a soul to hide. The crimson blood of a noble line, poured out like a vintage holy wine. Vamos! The thunder cracks the heavy air. Arriba! The fire burns through every prayer. This is the day of the ancient pride, with the gates of the temple open wide. Under the brass and the iron weight, we are the masters of our own fate. The wind is singing a hero's name, carrying the spark and the rising flame. Fiesta Nacional, Fiesta Nacional. The bellows push through the silver reed to satisfy an ancestral need. A sharp staccato on the cobblestone. The king is back on his granite throne. Shadows dancing on the whitewashed wall. Entering the high of the mighty call. The desert wind smells of rain and salt. A revolution that will never halt. Vamos! The thunder cracks the heavy air. Arriba! The fire burns through every prayer. This is the day of the ancient pride, with the gates of the temple open wide. Under the brass and the iron weight, we are the masters of our own fate. The wind is singing a hero's name, carrying the spark and the rising flame. Fiesta Nacional, Fiesta Nacional. The drums are the heartbeat of the land, controlled by a steady and a heavy hand. We march through the canyon of the deep, waking the giants from their rocky sleep. No more silence and no more fear. Fiesta Nacional. This is the day of the ancient crowd. With the gates of the temple open wide, under the brass and the iron way, we are the masters of our own fate. The wind is singing a hero's name, carrying the spark and a rising flame. Fiesta Nacional.
I was born from the soul of the brave, where the eagle and serpent remain. My colors are etched in my bones, a power the word is not known. I carry the dust of the sun, the race of the ancients begun. Let every horizon behold a story of fire and gold. The spirits of ancestors rise, I thunder across open skies. My heritage flows like a tide, with no one for silence to hide. From mountains to valleys of green, the greatest of sights to be seen. I speak with the force of the land, with destiny held in my hand. The heart beats like a heavy drum, to show them exactly where I am from. My venom is living in me, for every nation to see. Let the whole planet hear the sound of feeding holy ground. Mexico is the first to arise underneath the eternal sky. I was born from the soul of the brave, where the eagle and serpent remain. My colors are etched in the bone, a power the world has not known. I carry the dust of the sun, the race of the ancients begun. Let every horizon behold a story of fire and gold. The spirits of ancestors rise, like thunder across open skies. My heritage flows like a tide, with nowhere for silence to hide. From mountains to valleys of green. The greatest of sights to be seen. I speak with the force of the land, with destiny held in my hand. A heart beats like a heavy drum, to show them exactly where I am from. My banner is living in me, for every nation to see. Let the whole planet hear the sound of feeding holy ground. Mexico is the first to arise underneath the eternal sky.
The asphalt cracks beneath the weight of ancient feet. Where concrete veins lead stories of the dusty street. I draw my strength from veins of gold and hardened clay, a lineage of giants who refuse to fade away. The ancestors are breathing through my iron lungs, the anthem of the fearless in 1,000 tongues. No hollow promises, the shadows in the night, just the unyielding thunder of a soul in fight. They try to fence the sky and lock the heaven's gate, but you can never leash a man who mocks his fate. The soil remembers every drop of sweat and pride, a spiritual ocean with a never-ending tide. The city towers tremble when the mayor speaks. The summit is the only home the spirit seeks. Forget the silver coins and all the plastic crowns. The roar of true conviction shakes the silent towns. Oh, I carried mountains in the palm of my own hand. A king without a kingdom, but I own the land. The blood is boiling like a river made of fire, escaping from the wreckage of the funeral pyre. The trumpet sounds a sharp and jagged warning cry, a jagged bolt of lightning in a copper sky. The foundation is solid and the walls are thick. We ignite the fuel with a single burning stick. Raíz y poder, nadie nos puede detener. Raíz y poder, nadie nos puede detener. Raíz y poder, nadie nos puede detener. Raíz y poder, nadie nos puede detener.
The dust has settled on the porch of you, where we traded marbles for the jagged truth. I found a map tucked in a hollowed book between the pressed wildflowers and the lines we took. The gravel road stretched out like a silver vein, bleeding into rivers through the heavy rain.
I recall the faces etched in copper light, the way the old men spoke of a distant fight. They carry lanterns across the frozen bay, waiting for the dawn to sweep the ghosts away.
Now the border fences are just rusted wire, holding back the embers of a
floor. A million hearts beating against the door. The sun is a golden coin in the sky. The eagles scream and the banners fly. The earth trembles beneath the heavy stride. There is no place for a soul to hide. The crimson blood of a noble line poured out like a vintage holy wine. Vamos, the thunder cracks the heavy air. Arriba, the fire burns through every prayer. This is the day of the ancient bride, with the gates of the temple open wide. Under the brass and the iron weight, we are the masters of our own fate. The wind is singing a hero's name, carrying the spark and the riding flame. Fiesta Nacional, Fiesta Nacional, Fiesta Nacional. Fiesta Nacional. The bellows push through the silvery to satisfy an ancestral need. A sharp staccato on the cobblestone. The king is back on his granite throne. Shadows dancing on the whitewashed wall, answering high and the mighty call. The desert wind smells of rain and songs. A revolution that will never halt. Vamos, the thunder cracks the heavy air. Arriba, the fire burns through every prayer. This is the tin of the ancient bride, with the gates of the temple open wide. Under the brass and the iron weight, we're the masters of our own fate. The one to sing it a hero's name, carry the spark and the rising flame. Fiesta Nacional, Fiesta Nacional, Fiesta Nacional. The drums are the heartbeat of the land, controlled by a steady and a heavy hand. We march through the canyon of the deep, waking the giants from their rocky sleep. No more silence and no more fear. The hour of the carnival is finally here. This is the day of the ocean power, with the gates of the temple open wide. Under the brass and the iron weight, we are the masters of our own fate. The wind is singing the hero's name, carrying the spark and the rising flame. Fiesta Nacional, Fiesta Nacional. This is the day of the ocean power, with the gates of the temple open wide. Under the brass and the iron weight, we are the masters of our own fate. The wind is singing the hero's name, carrying the spark and the rising flame. Fiesta Nacional, Fiesta Nacional, Fiesta Nacional.
The dust settles as the sun descends behind the canyon rim. The golden hour fades into the twilight starts to dim. A sudden spark ignites the blackness where the shadows crawl. I feel the thunder climbing up the Obi wall. 1,000 eyes are turned toward the velvet overhead, where every dream we held tonight is painted chrome and red. The fuse is burning short beneath the center of the square, until the heavy silence breaks and shatters through the air. Que se vea mi bandera en el cielo, que se vea mi bandera en el cielo, que se vea mi bandera en el cielo, que se vea mi bandera en el cielo. Cascades of emerald light are pouring down the steeple sides. The cloud is swaying like the pull of invisible tides. Each moving star bursts
reaching blood. A rain of burning petals falling in a brilliant flood.
The gunpowder scent is drifting thick across the plaza stones. The resonance is deep enough to vibrate through our bones. We lift our faces to the spray of diamonds in the dark, leaving on the canopy of night a lasting mark. Que se vea mi bandera en el cielo. Hey, hey. Que se vea mi bandera en el cielo. Hey, hey. Que se vea mi bandera en el cielo. Hey, hey. Que se vea mi bandera en el cielo. Hey, hey. Que se vea mi bandera en el cielo. Que se vea mi bandera en el cielo. Que se vea mi bandera en el cielo. Que vea mi bandera en el cielo.
The dust rises from the valley floor where the ancestors tread. A lineage of golden iron woven through every thread. The sun climbs high above the peaks of the Copper Canyon wall, carrying the weight of centuries standing straight and tall. From the stones of the plaza to the shade of the cedar tree, a spirit unbound flows like a river toward the open sea. Ancient calendars talking rocks are the secrets of the sky, while the eagle circles overhead with a fierce and steady eye. The earth holds a memory of empires built on sacred ground. In the silence of the desert, a thunderous heartbeat is found. No storm can shake the foundation laid by hands of clay and fire, rising from the ashes on the wings of a grand desire. Orgullo eterno, México primero. Orgullo eterno, México primero. Orgullo eterno, México primero. Orgullo eterno, México primero. The pulse of the land is a drum that never skips a beat, felt in the mountain air and the dust beneath our feet. 1,000 voices gathered in a single defiant cry, underneath the vast expanse of a deep and endless sky. The colors of the dawn are painted on every open door, honoring the path of those who walked this way before. The marketplace hums with the language of a resilient folk, strengthened by the struggles and the heavy burdens they broke. Flowers bloom in a wasteland where the rugged cactus grows, a testament to the strength that only a survivor knows. From the southern jungles to the northern plains of sweeping grain, the heritage remains etched in the cool and summer rain. History is a mirror reflecting a face that knows no fear. The legacy of the brave is whispered in a young child's ear. We march with a steady pace of those who own the light, turning every shadow into a beacon burning bright. Bound by the blood of the earth and the soul of the restless tide, carrying the banner of a deep and everlasting pride. Orgullo eterno, México primero. Orgullo eterno, México primero. Orgullo eterno, México primero. Orgullo eterno, México primero. Tonight there are no borders, no fear, no limits, just one heartbeat, and that heartbeat is us. From the equator try to silence your throat, but your blood carries the note. You are not walking this path alone. A thousand kings upon one throne. The iron gates are falling down. We wear the sun as our crown. Tonight. We are fire. We are light. We are one. Shall we shine? We are fire. Tonight. We are fire. We are light. We are one. Shall we shine? We are fire. Unite. We are fire. Unite tonight.
The dust settles deep within the marrow of the canyon floor. Ancient breath rising through the cracks of a heavy door. We carry the weight of storms, turn to liquid gold. A legacy of thunder that refused to be sold.
Our feet,
Recognize the pulse of the jagged storm.
one king.
Kingdom built from the grit of the unknown. The sun is a witness with an unblinking gaze, setting a horizon in a permanent haze.
We are the heirs of the furnace and the flint.
Finding the spark where the shadows end.
No map can hold the distance we have traveled.
As the fabric of the silent night is unraveled.
De tierra valiente, somos fuego ardiente. De tierra valiente, somos fuego ardiente. De tierra valiente, somos fuego ardiente. Oh. De tierra valiente, somos fuego ardiente. De tierra valiente, somos fuego ardiente.
The mountains lean in to hear our name, purified by the sheer force of the flame. Not a flicker but a roar in the hollow space, writing our destiny across the granite face.
Born of the clay and the heat of the core, rising until we cannot rise anymore.
Iron in the blood and copper in the palms, singing the dirt and the heat like songs. The wind tries to swallow the light we bring, but the furnace is the only song we sing.
Standing where the ancestors cast their shadows wide
The golden hour fades until the twilight starts to dim. A sudden spark ignites the blackness where the shadows crawl. I feel the thunder climbing up the ugly open wall.
1,000 eyes are turned toward the velvet overhead, where every dream we held tonight is painted chrome and red. The fuse is burning short beneath the center of the square,
Until the heavy silence breaks and shatters through the air.
Que se vea mi bandera en el cielo, que se vea mi bandera en el cielo, que se vea mi bandera en el cielo, que se vea mi bandera en el cielo. Que se vea mi bandera en el cielo, que se vea mi bandera en el cielo, que se vea mi bandera en el cielo, que se vea mi bandera en el cielo.
Cascades of emerald light are pouring down the steeple sides. The crowd is swaying like the pull of invisible tides. Each blooming starburst tells a story of our ancient blood. A rain of burning petals falling in a brilliant flood.
Powder scent is drifting thick across the plaza stones. The resonance is deep enough to vibrate through our bones. We lift our faces to the spray of diamonds in the dark.
Leaving on the canopy of night a lasting mark.
que se vea mi bandera en el cielo, 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 que se vea mi bandera en el cielo,
Que se vea mi bandera en el cielo, que se vea mi bandera en el cielo, que se vea mi bandera en el cielo, que se vea mi bandera en el cielo. Que se vea mi bandera en el cielo.
The dust settles deep within the marrow of the canyon floor. Ancient breath rising through the cracks of a heavy door. We carry the weight of stones turned to liquid gold. A legacy of thunder that refused to be sold. My feet recognize a pulse of the jagged stone.
A kingdom built from the grit of the unknown.
The sun is a witness with an unblinking gaze, setting the horizon in a permanent haze. We are the heirs of the furnace and the flint, finding the spark where the shadows hint. No map can hold the distance we have traveled as the fabric of the silent night is unraveled.
De tierra valiente, somos fuego ardiente. De tierra valiente, somos fuego ardiente. De tierra valiente, somos fuego ardiente. De tierra valiente, somos fuego ardiente.
The mountains lean in to hear our name, purified by the sheer force of the flame. Not a flicker but a roar in the hollowed space.
Writing our destiny across the granite face.
Born of the clay